was that noise? Welcome back, my boy. Good. You've already covered old Betsy up for me. At her age, that old duster needs all the tender, loving care she can get. I'll bet she needs a wash.
No, she's fine. Perfect. Not a scratch. No siree. Everything's still here, more or less. I'll pick up the pieces later. I mean, I'll give her a bath later.
Oh, are you sure? That's very thoughtful of you.
Welcome to another part of Daxter. This time we're at the tanker, which is Tanker 1, because there's gonna be another one. And Tanker 1 is honestly weird. Really weird.
Boss says this is a simple job. Collect the gems, cash the checks. See you on the flip side, dude.
No problem. By the way, that character, he just bamps in. We've never seen him before, but, you know, giving a quick explanation on who he is, and that's it. We'll see him again later on. But right now, we're at the tanker. And the thing is, the developers did not make this one very well. How should I explain this? The developers fucked up, and they made these gems kind of, glitch out. Basically, you are not going to 100% this level on your first go. Like, you will never 100% on your first go. And the reason for this is because of these new enemies here. You see that flying enemy there? Those guys spit out these little fuckers who, you know, we've already dealt with before, but they have the gems. And the thing is, these guys have gems too, but you can't kill them. They're invincible right now. In fact, they are usually invincible, unless you have a certain weapon, which we don't. But the problem is, also they fly away when you get close. The problem is, they're not the problem here. You don't have to kill them at all. You shouldn't kill them. The problem here is the enemies that they spit out. Particularly at one point, because what's supposed to happen is that they're supposed to spit out every single enemy that they have, so that you kill them all and grab all the gems from them. Which would lead into essentially you getting the fucking stuff needed in order to actually, you know, move on. You know, comes at the fucking level. At one point, the way it works is fucked, and it makes it impossible to actually get all these metalhead gems in the first go. This is a pretty bad bug, and it does fuck things up. Especially if you're trying to 100% the fucking game, like in a speed run. But, yeah. Whole point of this, right now, is just for us to go for this trail, get across, and then just grab this right here. And then, notice that the boat is rocking back and forth, the tank is rocking back and forth, which pushes these boxes around. And the thing is, if you touch the box's side, even if it doesn't crush ya, it instant kills you. Yes, touching the sides of those boxes is an instant kill. Doesn't matter on the crushing part, just touching them hurts ya. So, yeah, the tanker is not a very well made level. This is honestly pretty much the buggiest level in the game. Nothing else in this game with the levels and such has a level more broken than this. And by the way, got a vial here for that little minigame thing. So yeah, we're in for a hell ride. But yeah, just take care of all the enemies around here. Take care of these big guys with the gas. And, you know, make your way over to this little moving platform that we need to actually ride on in order to essentially get across the next part of the level. Because we're going to be doing a lot of platforming. There is a lot of platforming to get through. It is a fairly long level, to be honest. Which doesn't make it better to hear when you know that the game has fucked up and glitched up on one specific aspect of 100% of the game. Which means that you would have to go for this level twice. Yeah. That's not a good thing to hear, huh? Also, the way this works, the movement's a little iffy, a little bit fucked. Just saying. You're better off just waiting for it to fully stop and then getting on it. Right. So now we're just gonna make our way over to the next bit, which is a bunch of poles that we just sort of crawl on. Like so. There's also more enemies. And we could crawl on this one, which we kind of have to anyway, or we can just do this. However, I have to go back and crawl on it anyway. I have to go both ways because precursor orbs on both ends. Luckily, it's not too much, but yeah. And now you get to these trampolines, which once you jump on, launch you right up into a set path. You can't control that. And now begins this bit. We're down in these little areas where a whole bunch of shit is moving about, and all we have to do is just watch ourselves. This one, there's a vial under there. Once you got that, just wait a bit, wait for the thing to move away, and then move out. Then just grab onto this box here, and you're pretty much done from there on out for this. Because all you have to do then is just fly about around this whole spot, and you get to the point where the game glitches up. I'm going to say it right now, you really aren't going to get this. Because what should be happening is that 3 little bugs are supposed to spawn in this one area. The game fucks that up and only spawns one of the bugs, as this little fucker here isn't going to spawn the rest. So that's the one bug, and it should spawn one in this corner and over there. It never does. It never fucking does. If you're extremely lucky, it might. Extremely lucky. But it's a known glitch that, no, you're not going to get that to spawn. It's donezo. So unfortunately, we are missing 2. And it's 2 I can't get until I come back here later on in the game in order to get them. And yeah, that's what should happen when you get crushed. But box and such, you know, a bit shitty in that way. But unfortunately, that's the least of our fucking problems. Because, you know, we have to come back here later on, get through about half the level to get the actual precursor we missed. Because we're at the second half now, the inside the tanker, which involves having to go around climbing walls, and then having to notice that behind you is some more wall to climb. And once you're up here is not only some more precursor orbs, and another thing for the minigame, nice little cage, but also an Easter egg picture, which is right over here. Break that, and we get another mask. Whose mask it is now? Well, this mask is the Clank mask. Neat. Okay. So, you know, just in case you're wondering, yeah, Ratchet & Clank is referenced here. Much like Jak 2. And hey, we got 30 gems. I don't know why they tell you got 30 gems here, considering that you would never be able to get all the gems in the fucking thing anyway. It's weird that they even tell you got 30 gems collected here. They never really do this with any other level. It's a weird spot to just say that. Well, probably because the mission here is that you have to get the gems. So you have to get like 30 of them. I guess if you don't get 30 gems, you fail the mission. I don't see how that works, but sure. Really, the main thing here is to get through the level. And yeah, there's a lot of these fucking enemies, so you're not gonna miss 30 gems. You're gonna get them. The game makes sure on that. You would have to deliberately not get the fucking gems in order to miss 30. And, you know, get through the level without getting the 30 needed. But yeah, once you make it through here, and you get this precursor up here and such, you gotta go through a bit more gassing for a whole bunch moving around some dark eco. Which, it can get a bit awkward. You know, just be careful on the eco here, and, you know, just take care of all the enemies. Don't fall when you're attacking. It's pretty easy to do that by accident. And yeah, just like do some platforming around, and eventually you'll make it through. And you are pretty much at the end now. Take care of these 3 enemies, grab the precursor orbs here, and that should be everything. So, yeah. We missed some not precursor orbs, we missed some fucking gems. Oh wait, we're not done yet. Sorry, I miscounted. I thought this was a bit. Now we have a bit more of the level left. We have to go through some more spiders that are climbing on these walls. Have a look around for them, don't miss them. I mean, even though you've already missed 2 of these, you don't want to actually, like, go further in the level to get these guys, do you? No, you don't want to go that far on backtracking. That would be fucking dumb. We got another item for the minigame. Nice. Okay, so... yeah, this level repeats a lot of the same shit. So yeah, take care of all the enemies. Not much else I can really say about this. I mean... this fucking mic keeps moving. I mean, it's pretty simple. Pretty, you know... I nearly got fucked here, but I didn't. And yeah. Ugh. Those things pushing me around ain't nice. That's a bit of a shitster right there. Anyway, we should be at the exit now. Yeah, that's trampoline right there. Grab these precursor orbs and you're done. If all you care about was precursor orbs, then good news, you got them all. If you want 100% the level, you know, the entire game, and you need to get the gems, which of course, you can't get the last 2 because the game glitches up here. So unfortunately, we missed 2. Don't worry, we'll come back here way later, but right now it's time for a cutscene.
What's this? Hey, little fella. Are you lost? I'll get us off this rusty boat. Don't worry, a little, thorax, or whatever it is. You know, I've always wanted my very own sidekick. From now on, I'll call you... Tick. I wonder if you're a boy or a girl. Let me see. So small, it's hard to tell. Hey! Did you just raise your leg? Ew! Bad, Tick! Bad! From now on, only on the grass, okay? Yuck! All right, let's get out of here.
Those footsteps, man. Anyway, we now have a new character, Tick. I don't know why we become friends of a Tick, but, there you go. Also, this is to another area, but we can't go here. And I kind of fucked myself here, so unfortunately, I die. Okay, so... Tick's use here is for a minigame. That's pretty much it. Tick never really becomes a character throughout this, except for minigames, so... yeah, this character you're not gonna get too much of a shit about, honestly. Which sucks, but what can you do? So all you have to do here is know that these are directional buttons. And all you have to do is just press the directional button to have Tick go over there. And then press X, circle, square, or triangle for that spot. And that's it. This is an extremely easy minigame. If you fail this, why? No, I'm serious. Why? Why'd you fail this? It was that easy. We're not done yet, by the way. There's a second phase. Which is the same as the first phase, really. It doesn't get harder. It never gets harder. It's literally the exact same shit. All you have to do is just pay attention. You know, when you see it flashing like that, which is very easy to notice, then you go to where the flashing is. There should be no reason for you to fail this at all. And yeah, that's it. That's the Tick minigame. I can't really say anything else about this. It's that simple. It's actually kind of boring, honestly. This is honestly one of the most boring minigames I've ever played in any Jak and Daxter game. I felt they tried to do the infiltrator fucking puzzle where you just sort of like maneuver those things around in one button to like move the things into them and get rid of all the blockers, but it's not the same. It's just really shit. And there you go, mission complete. We can leave now, in which we're about to get another cutscene. But we're in the city port now, so we're in the second half of the home world, which is nice. And there's our bike, but again, cutscene first.
Psst. Hello? Is that you, dude?
Boom.
Ah!
You're dead.
Are you trying to perm my tail? It's about time you showed up again, Toots.
A bit jumpy for a big hero, aren't we?
Yeah, well, the twitch comes with the job. How about a little something, you know, for the effort?
All right. You deserve a bone. This flamethrower attachment will keep a smile on your face. Just watch your cone of fire and keep the kill zone in front of you. It depletes your fuel, so use it carefully. And don't forget to clean the barrel.
Yeah, I got it. Just point and shoot. Sweet.
I knew it, she's a fucking ninja. Anyway, we can now switch between normal
get. Do you favors like this? Anyway, the city port is a mess. Clean out the distillery and the cannery, and we'll call it even.
Even on what? Anyway, we can switch between the normal gas and the fire, which does give us a big boost and does make us jump higher. But the problem is, you use a lot more of your gas, so use it sparingly. And also, don't use it for attacks, because even though it does set enemies on fire and it can't be useful that way to deal damage, you're better off just using your melee weapon at this point. The fire here is not that useful. It honestly doesn't do that much damage compared to your melee weapon. In fact, it's only a little bit faster than using the melee weapon, but it's not worth it due to how much fuel it uses up. So, you kind of need it for the platforming. For instance, this bit. Right, in order to get through this, we have to gas our way across, which unfortunately, yeah, it's doing that thing again. So you gotta be a little bit lower in order to hit this. It's annoying. And it's also a very long line. So, yeah. It's just a very tedious bit here. Just got a few the precursor sculpts out of that, but yeah, it's still going. Okay, we made it. Fuck's sake. And there are two of these lines here, by the way. We'll be going for the other line very soon, but right now... Aw, man, we don't even have our ride here, by the way, because we left it back there. Luckily, the homeworlds here, the main hubs, aren't that big. They're not like Jak 2, where it's, like, extremely big. They're actually a lot smaller than Jak 2's world. So, luckily, we're not going to need the zoomer too much. It's only to transfer around levels real quickly, but ultimately, it's not too important. We can get through this by foot if we wanted to. And by the way, there's a portal here, but it doesn't activate. But behind the portal is another Easter egg painting. Yeah, right behind this box. What's the mask this time? The mask for this one is... Sly's mask. Yep, Sly Cooper. Just in case you're thinking they didn't recognize Sly Cooper, but they did recognize Jak and Daxter with Ratchet and Clank. No, Ratchet and Clank know about Sly, and Jak and Daxter know about Sly as well. Because Sly Cooper was kind of like the middle ground character. Also, we can get back into the main hub this way. Sly was sort of the main, he was just sort of like in there in the rivalry thing between Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. He wasn't that involved, and really he wasn't even in the same ballpark. But he was referenced a lot when it came to the fight, and yeah, they put him in a lot. And also we can't use the ride to get back over in there. But don't worry, we get a ride back just from coming back over here. It just teleports. Don't worry about that. It just teleports. It's magic. It's just magic. Anyway, we're gonna go around and, you know, are about to notice that there are 2 levels we can actually get into, because at this point the game gives us 2 different levels we can choose from in order to, you know, choose which to go for. We can either go for Distillery or the other one, which I forgot the name of. Yeah, I'm sorry. My memory is pretty shit, honestly. And also, there's another gas line over here. We're gonna ride that. And the thing is, I will go for one of these very soon, but right now, not really. Because, really, I'm gonna go back and do the minigame stuff at the bed. Because we got a new one, by the way. We unlocked a new one. But, Zin, there was no message we unlocked a new one. Well, you see this line here? I mean, it should, yeah, there you go. It should have been obvious that at this point we would get another one from this line. And yeah, we got 25 out of 30. We nearly have all of them in the fucking second part of the homeworld. Nice. Nice. Where's the last 5? Well, we'll get to that when we get to that. But right now, we can't really get the last 5. Anyway, now it's time for the minigame, which has no cutscene, but it is the second Matrix level, which is... It's the fucking farmer! Yeah, they brought the farmer back for this one little bit. And he is a reference to that one character in, like, the white fucking clothes. I forgot his name. It's been a while since I've seen The Matrix. But he was a character in there, and he was apparently really tough. The training, really, though. And yeah, this is where the minigame really changes, because this is essentially what this and the next and final minigame is. You press arrow buttons to dodge, and then you have to press a certain combo of buttons. And that's it. I mean, you get a lot of these fancy little animations and such, which is kind of neat. But ultimately, it's the exact same fucking garbage. This is honestly the easiest one out of all the minigames. This is honestly the easiest type. The only reason it's not the easiest is because you have to pay attention to the buttons. If you are not on the ball of the buttons, you will get fucked. And they do throw a lot of buttons at you. But yeah, otherwise, this would be the easiest of them all, really. Because if you fast your fingers and you know what to do with these sort of deals, because it is a quick time event sort of deal, it's not that hard. But I still find the Braveheart one to be easier.
Whoa. That was confusing.
And there you go. Now we got a new move, a dive pounce. We can now do a head bash. Right, now it's time for the word. Well, this one's actually the most interesting. You see, you don't just complete this. You see, in order to get the gold, you have to get a certain amount. I believe it was 100 or 120. And that's pretty simple to get, really, compared to the last fucking minigame. But this one's unique because they don't tell you this, but this is the only minigame that actually has a reward for you for getting gold. And it's not a site code, okay? It's not some hidden website code that you only get for getting gold here. Or silver, whatever. I don't remember what the silver even gives you, really. But it's not that, okay? You do get something for getting the gold here. It's honestly kind of interesting I did this. But it fits into the Indiana Jones theme. And not only that, it's actually a rewarding cutscene. Yeah. They give you a rewarding cutscene for getting gold here. The only time they do that. And, yeah, when you see it, it's honestly neat. And believe it or not, it really is important for 100%. Yes, it is. So right now I'm going for the silver, which I believe is 75 or 80 or whatever. Again, all you have to do is whip the enemies. Spiders are fast, these snakes aren't. If the boulder comes in, the last thing that comes out will usually be killed immediately by the boulders, so don't go and try to whip that one. Just let the boulder take care of that one snake, okay? There's also a weird delay. I mean, you could whip them. You could whip the fucking snake before it gets crushed, but, no point, really. The reason this isn't as easy as the Braveheart one is because of the fact that the boulder, you kind of have to know what you're doing with that. It doesn't change much as the Braveheart one. It really is that simple. It's like the second easiest to me, honestly. But, yeah, I mean, all you have to do is just dodge, and you're good to go. Yeah, I fucked up there. But luckily, even if you get hit, it still counts as you getting the snake. I don't get why, but there you go. Also, the animation is weird. As you can see, I'm killing these guys without even throwing out my whip. And yeah, the spiders there are assholes. They will attack you, regardless of the boulder. So, that's fun. We're nearly done here, by the way. All we have to do is just keep whipping it. Eventually we get to 120. And, yeah, that ends it. In which I get my reward for getting the gold, essentially. So, what's our reward for getting gold? Well, it's a cutscene. And it's a very interesting cutscene. Because it actually gives us something. It's not just for show. So, what does the cutscene give us? Well, what is the most important valuable item that Indiana Jones wants to get in this scenario with all the boulders and such? I mean, you should be able to figure this one out, but if you can't, we're about to end this minigame very quickly. So get ready. Here it is. And there you go. We got a precursor orb. Yes. That counts. In order to unset the game, you have to get that precursor orb. So, yeah, that does count to my counter there. 408. Or 5 or whatever. Because there is 1,000 and I believe 1 precursor orbs. So, yeah. Okay, so that's going to be it for this part. Next time on Daxter, we're going into this level first, in which we're going to be doing, I believe it's called the Distillery. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.